We have finished the Wythir 1 week challenge, and out of 12 contestants, you will soon see who the winner is. I was in the game all the way until the very end to win, and there was a chance to finish first. We will see what the end result is going to be. By the way, I continued playing afterwards because next time there is gonna be a 2 weeks long challenge, and I have to get a feel for what kind of priorities there are gonna be on week 2 and what I would have done differently for week 2. So that's why you're seeing 3 shards that I haven't basically pulled, simply because it's weekend right now. Let's see the end result. So Team Wythir finished 2nd out of 12. Now the issue is that I don't know how much Wythir herself contributed to this score. Simply because I didn't use Wythir directly, I used her indirectly to sustain the rest of my team, but she didn't do the damage anywhere, she didn't do the 12-3 run anywhere, and she just made things really slow and chill. And whenever I didn't have enough damage to out-damage the opponent's spider, for example, Wythir couldn't do anything to make sure that I pass a given wave. Now, 48 points. This is a very interesting scoring system, by the way, because it's possible to take away points from others. So you see that in arbiter missions I finished first as suspected. In arena I finished first as suspected as well. Although I got competition in both cases, here from Team Harvest Jack and here from Team Karato, but it was still relatively far. So there I managed to get, I'll show you what. Basically whenever I refresh arena, here it is. I refreshed a few minutes ago, by the way. You can see these easy opponents, for example this one. I'll be able to beat this. But there is an even easier one, this one. You just click battle, no matter what your team is. And you see Wythir is still not 6-starred, by the way, even now. No matter what your team is, you just cannot not win it. And that's why I finished first in the arena, because I had some due diligence to refresh from time to time and just take care of it. By the way, I also have Bellower now, after a code. One mistake that I made was that I didn't have time to enter enough codes. So the Bellower the code was on day 8, by the way, or day 9. This is also relatively easy. One, because Pelops is only on level 5. You see, so we just start, and even on auto, I'm not seeing how I can lose this. See? Now we just have 2 opponents, and they are just damaging themselves to nothingness. And here Wythir helps a lot that I get cleansed. I didn't even have to attack them because of the magma shield. So that's what I usually do. And I mean, this one is also doable more or less, but it's also possible to just pass and just conserve these, because at this stage you need to have enough attempts. And as you can see, well, today I have enough attempts, so I might as well do it. But on some other days, it's just I went for the sure bets and I didn't lower my score much. So this is Team Wythir. Dragon Queen or Dragon King is kind of low. We'll see the end results. Spider, I didn't even score a single point. I didn't think that it would be this bad, but it was quite bad. Number of 6 stars. Everyone had 2 6-stars, so 6 points, except for one winner, Rafmatab, who managed to get a 3rd 6-star. But I think this is not optimal, because if you want to go for your 3rd 6-star, you may lag behind an arbiter missions, for example, because you're so much focused on 6 stars out of turn and you don't have time to make progress in arbiter missions. Okay, that's why I think the 2 6 stars is a sweet spot. And if your account is strong enough and you get ready with more missions, in that case you might take a shot at the 3rd 6-star with a feast, because you get a feast for free in either in arbiter missions or somewhere. I remember that I got one, and that was my 3rd 6-star today while I was doing my jogging session. So number of 6 stars, I made a compromise with only 2. And the Brutal 12-3, it was interesting that I scored 5 points, not with Wythir, but with Galak. And just think about it. I just had a 6-star rare. And I scored 3rd. Let's see the details. So categories. So clan boss, Team Wythir was 6th, 3.45 million. Normalized score because different people have different difficulties. 18.49, but let's say brutal 3.45, and everyone else was in brutal. And this is the evilness of the score, because think about it. If I managed to overtake Rafmatab, it would be somewhat different, because here Bambus won altogether with an amazing score at the end, 2nd altogether. But look at this, 6.27 versus 5.97. If Corvus was just a bit better, he would have won 3 points. So Bambus would have lost 3 points. And if I was just a bit better from 3.45 to 4.50, okay, this is a large jump, but still, in that case, I would have gained 3 points. And by the way, 6.27, 5.97, okay, this is just RNG most of the time. This is a bit more than RNG, but if Krokmar or anyone else went up, then those 6 points would have evaporated. So there was a chance that it could have evaporated 6 points. Here, Wythir in Clan Boss was not exactly the best champion altogether, although with cleansing and with sustain it was quite good, but there was also Ugo, and they two collaborated quite well, and that's why I could survive for a while, but I could only damage with a rare Juliana, so that was a problem. Now Arbiter mission 186 versus 185. Harvest Jack did a late rush. I was aware of it, and I did everything within my power to be just a bit ahead without spending too much energy or gems or anything on it. And that's why you see 186 versus 185. It was a controlled pacing, and I think it was working quite well. Arena, you see the gap is kind of high, because I was pacing first place all along. I did the Damon Hill method, you know, he drove ahead in position 1, and he was just pacing, controlling the pace. That's what he always did, so that he doesn't retire. Dragon. So in Dragon I had a problem, although I thought that I improved quite a lot. It was also a bit of a bad luck, because look at this, stage 15, 5th place. This was the absolute worst that I could have gotten, 533. But if I had spent a bit more energy, I would have gotten 2 more points, because like 507 and 450, it's not exactly energy, but it would have been within my power to improve just a bit. Stage 16 was outside my possibilities because it's void anyway, so the void affinity, it's not working that well. But 533 to 449 or 450, I could have, it would have been in my power to get these 2 points. But I didn't know that others improved to this much. I couldn't have known this up front. By the time I went to the stage 15 on the last day, I was in 3rd. And well, should I have improved it further, or should I have focused on something else? I don't know. It was really surprising to me though that with Spider I couldn't get to stage 10, and for this reason I couldn't get any points. And I was like 10th out of 11. I didn't have a good enough Spider champion. Miscreated Monster was my best Spider champion. And you can check it out, I haven't pulled much since then, except for Ezio, which was not a pull but a day 7 login champion. So you see, Miscreated Monster is kind of okay. Galak is kind of okay with the AoE, but other than that, who is my Spider champion? So that was a bit difficult. And that's why I didn't even score a point. I didn't expect this. I should improve my Spider. And then 6 stars, you see that we managed to get 2 6 stars. That was my pace. That was doable with the Arbiter mission regular cadence. and I'm quite convinced that if anyone goes for the third 6-star, then they most likely have trouble with it because they cannot advance in arbiter missions or in other places of the game. Let's see rough Matab just so that we see. Okay, well, 5th. I don't know what this means, but there is a correlation between clan boss performance and how many 6-stars you have. Sure. Arbiter missions, 7th. 144 versus 185. And there are a lot of difficult missions between 144 and 185. So it's quite likely that he was lagging here. Arena is indifferent, so you see that he was pushing there quite much. Dragon, 2nd. Spider, 4th. So here the 6-stars actually helped him. And obviously 6-stars first. And this Brutal 12-3 first place was also not bad. So the only place that he sacrificed was arbiter missions. Is it an advantage or is it a disadvantage throughout 1 week? Is it an advantage or a disadvantage throughout 2 weeks? That's the big question. And for that, I will give you one idea if we had a 2 weeks long mission. So arbiter missions, I will check out the arbiter mission list. Let's see if there is a guide. Not necessarily a guide, but a list of missions. So 144 was rough Matab, which means that he was starting 145, right? So we see, so 76, that's bad because we'll need to see where we are. So 77, 87, 97, 107, 117, 127, 137, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. This is what he completed. And then accessories in the spider then didn't make it. Artifacts didn't make it. Then you have Brimstone Pad, that's obvious. Demon Lord is obvious. This is obvious, this is obvious. But there is going to be a problem here. So somewhere we will see a void. So this is the Arcane Keep. And you see how many missions there are afterwards. So let's see where we have void. There's the first objectives. Second objectives, here it is. And then in the third objectives, there you go, third objective number 28. So when you have 75, 151, 181, 179. So in mission 179 you have this win 1 superior void potion. You have to finish this on week 1 if you want to avoid the void keep staying closed until Sunday. The next Sunday, with respect to when you started the game, you know how many days that is. So you either start on a Saturday and then on day 8 you still have this void potion option, or you have to finish 178. And only 2 of us made it. So during the next challenge, if you don't finish 178 by the time of week 1, the void keep is going to be closed for you. So you either pace really slowly and focus on 6 stars only, and then you sacrifice some keeps, or you spend gems on keeps, or you will be blocked for days until the keeps open. This is why I was pacing the arbiter missions like this, because it was near the very end that I had this these keep missions. And after 186, look at when the next void keep is gonna happen. It's a long time afterwards. So you see that it's like 20 more missions, and that's something that is paceable, very much paceable. So be careful with this in a mission like this. And now you see that it was basically Bombus and Rough Matab. And Rough Matab, I'm not sure if he was unlucky or what happened exactly, or whether his strategy didn't pay off, especially because of the arbiter missions. He lost a hell lot of points, 12 points in total. And that was the price of the 6 stars. So he won 1 point with respect to me with the third 6 star, but lost 12 points with respect to my score and the 6 star. So had he done just 2 6 stars, he would have lost this 1 point. He would have won many points, and maybe in Spider, maybe in Dragon, maybe in Clan Boss he would have had a slightly lower result. I don't know if it pays off for him or not. But I'm quite certain that I would go for 2 6 stars again if I had started the missions, arbiter missions, all over from scratch. Let me know in the comments what you think about the finish of the challenge. This was day 7, the last day of the challenge. You can see all the results, and there are gonna be more challenges coming up in the future.